Out that I would have the opportunity to give a speech at Convocation, I began brainstorming things to talk about. And I thought, I'm going to be speaking to numerous fellow teaching interns and all of their collaborating teachers. So the majority of the room would be teachers. Then I began thinking, what exactly does a teacher do? Thinking back on my experience this past year in a kindergarten classroom, I probably tied at least 7 pairs of shoes a day. I probably said the words, "go get a tissue," multiple times a day. I can only guess how many times I've drawn a star on a piece of paper. And I'll admit that at times, I even acted like an elementary school student when I wore my pajamas inside out in hopes of a snow day. Sometimes I felt like Judge Judy, when I'd have to problem solve with the students about who had the pink scissors first or who cut in line. Other times, I felt like an award-winning actress when I had to put on my acting face as I said, "Oh my gosh, look at that hole in your mouth. I can't wait to hear what the tooth fairy brought you." When a child lost their tooth. Sometimes I felt like a robot for the world record number of times that I've probably said the word quiet. I was a wonderful multitasker, as I would be getting a Band-Aid out of the cupboard for a paper cut, while helping zip a jacket, while giving directions for the 3rd time on what to do when you're done, and telling another child to cover their mouth when coughing. All these things are part of being a teacher, but we do much, much more than that. On a daily basis, we make an impact on the lives of others. Perhaps we've really helped make those multiplication facts click. Maybe we've helped them finally understand the phases of the moon. Maybe we were the only teacher that has made them become enthusiastic about reading. Perhaps we've helped them form a sincere friendship so they're no longer sitting alone at lunch. Maybe we've helped them realize that they really can do it. And possibly, we may have given them the only hug they'll receive that day. Whatever it is, we truly touch the lives of our students. As teachers, we work with society's greatest resource, the future. You never know who may be in your classroom. You really could have the next president, the next Olympic champion, or the next famous author. Personally, I always like to daydream about, what if I'm teaching the next Kaylin Lucas? Or the next Michigan State star football player? The point I'm trying to get at here is that you can influence your students to go that extra step, to accomplish something they never thought was attainable. As graduates from Michigan State University, we've been trained from the top education school in the country. We have the knowledge and expertise to be that influential person in our students' lives. We act as role models and cheerleaders to push our students to their highest potential. Before we leave today, I have a few lessons that I'd like to share with all of you. And these 6 lessons are things that I've learned this past year, and I think they're going to be very beneficial to all of you in your future teaching endeavors. Number 1, try not to get stuck in the rain before going to school. Apparently, it makes your hair look like that of an 80-year-old woman. I was told by my student after being caught in the rain that my hair looked like his grandma's. Number 2, be careful what you wear to school. I wouldn't recommend wearing a collar-neck sweater, because when I did that, a student went around telling others that I was wearing my shirt on backwards. He thought I had my hood in front. Number 3, plain and simple. Get over your fear of boogers. I learned that the hard way this year. Number 4, crutches are a perfect way to meet a significant other. A student of mine had crutches, and another student came up to me and said, "He only has those to pick up girls." Number 5, students may not notice the green shirt you specifically picked out for St. Patrick's Day or the effort that you put into all of your lessons. But they will notice any blemish on your face. I just couldn't seem to hide any of those this year, even with the best concealer. One student even asked if I had a nose ring on. I then became very self-conscious, began touching my nose, wanted to race to the bathroom. Children really do boost my self-esteem. And lastly, number 6. Don't get your hopes up if a student frequently whispers in your ear that they're going to bring you a rose the next day. Because I have yet to see that rose. The point is, the students do appreciate us. Whether they show it or not, they're grateful for how passionate we are about their education and that we strive to be the best teachers we can be. As I conclude my speech today, I want to congratulate all the interns on a full year of hard work, a full year of getting by with no income, and most importantly, a full year of truly making a difference. As teachers, you're inspiring, motivating, and dedicated individuals, and your students are very lucky. Congratulations on finally reaching the end of your internship. I know there is so much more for all of us to accomplish, and that there is a bright future ahead of all of us. I wish you all the very best as you embark on your journeys as a teacher. Thank you.
Before I begin, please check out the screen. Rewarding, valuable, inspiring, eye-opening, victorious, gratifying, life-changing. Section 9 had much to say about their internship, but even more to say about their students. Energetic, lovable, social butterflies, hopeful, challenging, extraordinary, determined, tough, exceptional. The 21 interns in the Urban Infused Section 9 taught in the Brightmoor and Bagley communities of Detroit, Mexican Town in southwest Detroit, Pontiac, and on the Detroit-Hamtramck border. English, Spanish, Hmong, and Bengali were languages spoken in our classrooms. We taught students of Hispanic, Nigerian, Vietnamese, and Arabic descent. Our classes were very diverse, with students who were hearing impaired, had special needs, were immigrants, and came from low-income homes. But even through this diversity, every intern made a difference. Some organized a Student of the Month club, another researched and coordinated a school-wide recycling program, one implemented a Shel Silverstein author study, some worked at an after-school program to motivate boys to read, and others designed classroom centers and programs for March's Reading Month. The Kicks for Kids fundraiser was organized to get students motivated, or to get students new shoes. Another planned and implemented a Black History program. Some connected with students in South Africa and the Philippines. We taught students how to read, write, do long division, about the Civil War, about forces in motion. And most importantly, we taught these students that they can succeed, that they all can be successful. You know, as Spartans, we're used to celebrating. From the banks of the Red Cedar, to Spartan Stadium, to Erickson Hall, to the bleachers of the I-Zone, to the basement of Richard's American Cafe, victories and celebrations are part of our lives. Today is a celebration. It's a celebration of the students we have inspired, the extensive work of graduate classes, and most importantly, the completion of our student teaching and the beginning of our careers as influential educators. Just think, our next teaching experience will come with a paycheck. We couldn't have accomplished so much this year without the support and teachings of our instructors. Faith Murad, our math instructor, made us laugh and made us cry. Her inspiring stories about her time teaching in New York City made us realize the importance of a teacher in the lives of urban students. We appreciated the extra effort she put in when she drove from Lansing to Detroit numerous times to see all 21 of us teach a lesson in our classrooms. Monica Hartman, our science instructor, gave us real-life examples of science in our classroom. She showed us videos of her teaching and helped us to be reflective in our own classrooms. She also let us explore and play with all of her gadgets and showed us how to integrate technology. We are lucky enough to have Susan Florio-Lorraine for both semesters as our literacy and social studies instructor. She inspired us with her vast knowledge of education and her passion towards helping others. Her positive spirit kept us going as she told us that we would all hear those little magical words, "You're hired." She helped us write our first unit and was with us today for our final class as Michigan State University interns. Please help me in thanking these wonderful women. The other wonderful men and women we need to thank are our mentor teachers, our field instructors, Sylvia Hollifield, and the staff back in East Lansing. We are here today because of your encouragement and faith in us. We also need to thank our parents, families, significant others, and friends who have helped us cut, paste, and create this year while showing us your support. And finally, we need to thank our students. They have changed our lives forever, and while some days were more difficult than others, we love them. The love that we have for these students will be what we remember for the rest of our lives. After teaching a successful math lesson to my kindergarten students, I showed my excitement through some high fives and a little victory dance. And then I had a student, he raised his hand and he questioned me. He said, Ms. Costco, aren't you going to tell us to keep it up? You always tell us to keep up the good learning. Well, to conclude, I want to tell my fellow teachers, keep it up. Keep up your learning. Keep up the energy. Keep changing and enriching lives. Keep educating. You have a special gift, and I can't wait to see what each of you will be doing in the years to come. Keep it up, and go green!
Go white!
I already know the three of them will be excellent teachers because we didn't rehearse that. And Katie, I just thank you for having everybody